All right, on today's episode, we'll be talking about MGK making his directorial debut. Jeong walks off the set of Masked Singer. Logic has some beef with DefJam. The Cash Me Outside girl doesn't like us calling her the Cash Me Outside girl. Then we'll be wrapping it up with Billie Eilish at Coachella. All this coming up. All right, welcome back to the Strange Noise podcast, everybody.
Welcome, friends.
Yo.
Thank you for tuning back in. Welcome in any new viewers or listeners. Hopefully we earn your listen, watch,
We earn your ears.
We earn your ears, yeah.
Yes.
Who cut their ear off?
Picasso.
Van Gogh.
Or Van Gogh, yeah.
Yes.
We Van Gogh'd you.
Oh, and we hope this episode will Smiths.
Slaps.
Throw them all in there.
Yep.
But let's get right into the episode.
Let's do it.
So this season's Wesley Snipes apparently.
Ray's favorite boy.
I don't know. I have a
Wesley Snipes, we need you back.
No, please. But MGK, Machine Gun Kelly, is making his directorial debut. Actually, I forgot the name of the movie really fast.
It's Bad Morning or Good Morning?
Good Morning? I believe so, yeah. Good Morning with the
With
U.
the U, morning.
Good Morning with the U. He has, he's bringing in his buddies. He has Pete Davidson is in it.
Yep. Saw that.
What's his,
He has his wife in there too.
fiance?
Oh, fiance, sorry.
yes, yeah.
Yeah, they're not going to make it.
They're not going to make
He's
it.
calling it
past
right
that,
now.
I would say.
He's calling it right now.
But the engagement, huh?
Yep.
That's it. That's all.
Yep.
But yes, MGK called on the help of his friends, Pete Davidson. Maud Sun is in it.
Is he from Lil Dicky? Is that actor? Or who's the...
The guy, no. Yeah, I know who you're talking about. That's the other guy. Maud Sun is he's the...
Oh, Gata. The Gata. That's his name.
Gata
His name is really Gata, too, in real life.
Oh.
IRL.
And then Maud Sun is the other, he's kind of another like pop punk emo.
Okay, not familiar
hip-hopper,
with anybody else other than
But yeah,
Gate and Pete.
I sent you guys the trailer.
Yeah,
When I first watched
it.
it, I really I expected it not to be good.
Yeah.
I mean, because...
like immediately falling apart.
Yeah. But because MGK's acting is, it's whatever. It's okay. And so I assumed, I was like, oh, well, his directorial debut is going to be similar,
Yeah.
But I was like, it doesn't look too bad. I mean, I don't think MGK is carrying the weight of the film, at least in the trailer. It didn't look
For
like
sure,
he's,
yeah.
he's shouldering.
He had a lot of help
Yeah.
from his friends.
For sure. Hey, my friends. Let's go.
That's what I was thinking. Man.
You know what's funny is, not funny. I think it's cool that Pete Davidson in most of his appearances, he is doing the cool comedic thing where he's always playing a different character. Like in this one, he's
The valet driver.
Yeah, and then in a couple of the movies, he's had these weird jobs and positions that make him not just a regular character, and I think that's the comedic thing to do. So kudos to you, Pete. I don't know. It seems like mediocre, I guess, because I think his acting, he's just monotone to me. He just, I think he's got something in the sense that he doesn't sound like he's bad acting, but his voice and delivery every time always sounds like, oh, you know what? It's almost like watching Mark Wahlberg.
Oh,
but
okay.
Mark Wahlberg got better over time, But at first it was always like, everything is like this. I can't get away from it,
Yeah.
Like, Ma.
It's all that scene where in The Happening where he's talking to the tree. He's like, hey, tree. But
so he's kind of got that monotone. His voice always sounds the same every time. And it's like, and even I'm rapping too. And even if it's punk and like, same.
You know what? I think you're right. I think it's like he's not experienced enough in a lot of these things. Like, no doubt, like he's a talented dude.
Yeah.
Because obviously he had a successful, hip hop career. He moved over to pop punk. He's successful
Very
at
creative.
that.
Very creative, we could say.
He's
Give him that. We'll give him that.
Yeah.
And that's what I think. Like I was saying before, I was like, he's creatively passable and everything.
Yeah.
So I believe that the movie will probably be passable.
Yeah.
It is releasing in theaters, but is also releasing for streaming.
Like back to back?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
So, and it's coming out next month. So I think May 20th.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
Will be dropping.
Now, do you think that in your mind, do you think that something is because he's so busy with so many things that there's a sacrifice on how good they are?
Oh, like his attention is being pulled in so many different directions. He can't focus creatively on one individual
so
thing.
like music he's doing movies, and then he's also doing What's the other thing? Is there another thing right
I
now?
don't know.
No.
I think there's
now, but
there's a limit. I think since he's been, because I never really thought he was great at anything.
Yeah.
So he's doing his.
I got a picture. He like starts crying. He's like, "That's what my mom said."
He's got that one tear.
Yeah.
So because I used to have that thinking of like, oh, you can't be a jack of trade, you know,
Jack of all trades.
jack of all trades. But then, as you know, in our careers as designers, you got to be a jack of trade, and you got to be good at everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To have some kind of market value.
You're right. Well-rounded. For sure.
Well-rounded for sure. So I think that used to be like my old way of thinking, or could have been a way of thinking, but now it's just like, if you can get the job done, just get it done.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't matter what it takes. But like I was saying with him, he was okay in everything. And in rap, he was just like, so he's just carrying that. Maybe that's his potential as a creative, and he's just keeping that and carrying it on to.
He always puts the same amount of effort into everything creatively. Like they're never super over the top grand or anything, but he gets the job done. Obviously.
Yeah,
we'll see. I will probably check it out on streaming. I don't know if I'm gonna go see it in theaters.
Is it going to theater? I don't feel like it's going to theater.
It said theatrical release and on demand.
Oh, so like 1 weekend in the theater, and then
not even. They might just launch them at the same time. I mean, if they fucking did that to Black Widow.
Oh,
no, yeah, I think they're doing it at the same time.
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken.
He don't deserve any.
I wouldn't leave my house for that.
No,
or nor pay for it. Like traditionally.
Preface this, I watched the video before we talked about this because I was like, fucking MGK. I don't want to watch another video about it. I was fucking Ray. I texted Ray. I'm a fucking Ray MGK.
Sorry. He's just this season's Wesley Snipes. But we'll see. Maybe we'll check it out and we'll give a review if we end up watching it.
Yeah.
If we don't, then this will live in infamy.
He's already infiltrated this podcast enough.
I know. Thank you, Ray.
I'm sorry. From there, we'll move on to Ken Jeong.
Oh, all right.
Walks off The Masked Singer when former New York Mayor Rudy Giuliani was revealed as one of the singers. I guess this did happen a couple months ago, but it was just taping, and the actual episode did air.
Right, yeah, back in February.
Yes.
Yep.
And he wasn't the only one. I believe they said
Robin Thicke,
Mr. Thicke himself.
Yeah.
He walked off, and then
who looks good with longer hair? I don't know, just throw that out there. It's interesting.
He's got a good head of hair.
Yeah,
he does.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. I just become like more envious of a good head of hair nowadays. So
we got nope.
You might hear me talk about that often now. I don't know.
Just fantasizing of luscious locks.
Yeah, that's my old man thing for sure. My old man thing is the head of hair. I'll be like, God, look at that head of hair, Mo. Right? And then he's got like this hot girlfriend standing right next to him. And she's like, yeah, the head of hair.
That's what you're looking
standing
at.
right next to the double D's.
Yeah. Those we see all the time now. But you fucking hair.
Yeah.
It's like the memer is like, they show you a picture and they're like, what color was the bike? What color was the bike?
Exactly.
But yes, Robin Thicke walked off stage as well. And then Nick Cannon looked visually uncomfortable as well.
Yeah, his turban popped off.
But I don't know. I
don't know what you want.
I don't know what you want.
I don't know. I felt weird. One, I felt weird that they left it in there.
Yeah.
Well, the final edit didn't show Robin walk off. It just showed Ken uncomfortable with it. Nick Cannon made his comments, but they didn't really show how uncomfortable he was.
Yeah.
So I thought that was interesting that they left Ken Jeong's blow up or whatever in there and not Robin Thicke.
Yeah, this whole new article about it seemed focused on Ken Jeong walking off completely.
Because that's all people saw if they didn't realize it happened a couple months ago.
I think. People were praising him though. Yeah, people on Twitter were like, fucking Ken Jeong is America.
I feel like it was
straight up. Someone said that.
Yeah, I did see that one. But I feel like it was split. Like you'd had the more conservative leaning people were saying that like, he's crying about it, why do that type thing. Yeah. But then you had the more liberal side of it, like praising him as if, he saved baby from fire.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like
dude, the world is so crazy. Yeah.
They make everything has to have a political angle almost. Like
I don't know why.
Now.
And I do. This one makes a little more sense because obviously I think the reason Ken Jeong doesn't like Rudy Giuliani is because he was Trump's lawyer, and he obviously under investigation by the FBI for the Ukrainian thing, and like so, I can see why this one does go a little more political.
I thought he walked off because fucking Rudy Giuliani sucks at singing.
He's like, this is so bad, I gotta get out of here.
Yeah, I was like, I thought this was the Masked Singer, not the Masked fucking. I could try. I could try.
We have singer in the title.
Yeah.
Like, dude, this is so weird that he was even on there. Like, first things first. I was like,
I was thinking like, about the whole Robin Thicke thing is why didn't show him walk off. They didn't edit that part in is because when they first revealed who the singer was, Robin Thicke was like, yeah, he was clapping and stuff like that, and then. Like it was just like a surprise thing, like kind of like how you're already clapping, like come on, take the mask off, take the mask off. So they already got him doing that, and they didn't want to be like,
like continuity wouldn't have matched.
That might have been his, that might have been his PR.
Their editors were like, I can't stitch this together.
It just totally looks like he just loves them.
I
can't get around it.
Yeah. So
that's so.
That's what I was just thinking. But hey, Ken, good props to you. And the thing is too, like it's a fucking reality TV show.
Yeah, like
if you want to walk off, it's not like the news where if like it was an interview and you didn't want to interview someone that like did some shit. Well, you're an interviewer, you got to do it. This ain't no news. Or so whatever.
Yeah, he's hired. The thing, he's hired to be a personality on a TV show, and he let his personality show.
Yeah,
boom. So
that's it, man.
And
good for standing on your principle.
Yeah,
for sure. That is an admirable thing.
If you want to complain to the show producers that put him on there.
That would be a good next move. Is for Ken to take it to the producers and be like, hey, whatever XYZ was in my contract. How dare you do this? Or something
exactly.
Like that.
You know what's funny is when people like pigeonhole you really quick. I seen another tweet and they said, good job, Ken Jeong for walking off. But it's sad that you're still affiliated with that show, so you're still accountable.
Oh shit! Like he supposed to, like the whole thing is he's not supposed to know who the singer is. Like
it's so wild. I was like, you're still fucking holding him like responsible in your eyes. Like,
oh god, people like that.
It's so fucking.
So many people are all or nothing. Like if you're not on my side 100%, then you are still the enemy.
Yeah.
There's no nuance.
Oh come on, people. But
yeah,
we'll see. We'll see if he takes any further steps. See what they start. How the story develops.
Like running for mayor, maybe.
Ken?
Yeah.
Just to get back at him.
Yeah, he could.
Oh,
you never know.
That'd be awesome. From there, we'll talking about Logic upset with DefJam rappers.
Kind of pissed.
DefJam Records. There we go.
I'm gonna say rightfully so.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
The video I think that you shared, Rob, it kind of showed more context. Because I just read the synopsis of what Logic said.
Yeah.
And it just seemed like, he didn't like what had happened.
Yeah.
But I feel like I got a little more context from like
the video.
Like his
delivery.
Like,
his delivery. Yeah.
You can tell that.
I love his delivery. Sorry, we'll get into it.
But it seemed like before he I guess coming back out of retirement, like he had been the label lapdog before, and he kind of did all of the stuff to please the label to make the money type of before, and now this kind of stint of his career, he's like, nah, I'm gonna do things my way. I'm gonna release things the way I want to. I'm not gonna be that person anymore. So it seems like he really took issue with label taking creative control over his project, and he doesn't really want to be that person anymore.
Yeah.
But have you listened to the tracks at all? His new tracks?
No,
I did. Dude.
I have not. No.
Yeah. Tetris and what was the other one?
I think I might have heard snippets of it on the old TikTok.
Not bad. He does a Jay Dilla shout out at the beginning of I think it's Tetris, if I'm not mistaken. I might have those tracks mixed up, but it does have an older vibe. That was kind of cool. I don't know if that's the vibe that he's going for this whole album and that's coming next month. Oh,
you might be right. It might be an old because I think it's titled Vinyl Days.
Yeah. So that's what I was already putting together too. He did shout out Jay Dilla, which was a huge producer, beat maker throughout like the 90s. And rest in peace, Jay Dilla. But so when he mentioned all that, I was thinking, oh, that's pretty cool. This album might be focused on that, kind of like that 90s sound.
A little bit more on that. He was and it was cool because you saw his process on TikTok. He was like tracking like sampling off of vinyls, old school shit, like, you know,
sick.
like working on, you know, this making the beats himself, but not like, it was weird because he wasn't like in a computer. He was just like doing it off of MPC player, stuff like that.
Literally cutting and pasting.
So it was like cool to watch that process of him make it that way.
Yeah.
You know what? This puts more context on why he's so upset. Like, if he put so much effort into the craft,
For sure.
of crafting this album, wanted it to go out a specific way, and, you know, didn't really care about whatever, like, algorithmic hits he has to do for better results, then I could see that, you know, you're kind of bastardizing my creative, you know, endeavor or whatever.
Yeah, man, I would leave it up to him. You know?
Yeah. I mean, because he doesn't need the label. I don't think so.
He probably could have did it
Yeah, at
independent.
this point he doesn't.
I don't think he needs the label anymore.
Right.
You know, so like, why would the label want to come in and step on his feet when they know he's a money maker?
Yeah, I wonder how many albums he's still on the hook for.
Yeah, that's the thing.
label,
Yeah,
dude, because he got signed in 2013 by DefJam.
Oh, so he's still cutting records.
So he's still cutting records. I wonder how many, dude, he's got left. That's crazy. We gotta find that out, but
So because that's crazy then, because he said he was retired, but then he technically had to come back,
that's right. Yeah.
right?
Oh, maybe
Man.
maybe you're right. Maybe that's why he came back to fulfill his his contract agreement, and then he's gonna be like independent after that.
Dude, I like where his head's at though. The focus, dude. The focus is really cool, dude. Him having like, I like when people don't have anything to prove. You know, he's like, I'm married. I've got a kid. I've made it. He literally says that in that fucking
the video.
That's video.
I
He's
love
like,
it.
I made it. I don't need none of this.
Yeah.
You know, when people do that, they have less to fucking worry about.
Yeah.
You know, they don't have to fulfill like any weird like obligations for your feelings or your feelings. It's like, I fucking made it. I'm gonna do what I want to do now.
And he's not bragging. He's just self-aware, like of
Very self-aware.
what he is, you know, what he's accomplished.
Yeah.
So,
Which is a great place to be. Yeah.
Yep.
And in his words, eat a dick.
yep,
Eat a dick. I looked
did
at
a
every
whole
camera.
bag of dicks. Back into the episode
Let's do it.
with Cash Me Outside.
Can we?
How about that?
Girl herself, Danielle Bergoli. That's
Bergoli.
her official name.
Yeah.
Her legal
Christian
name.
name.
Yeah.
Her Christian name, her God-given
Her
name.
God-given name. She was bestowed. with
Yeah. The tablet.
And then her stage name or her performing name, whatever, I don't know what you call it, but Bhad Bhabie.
Yeah. Bad baby.
Spelt all weird.
Yeah. Quick side note to that. I think I mispronounced her before and called her Bhad Barbie.
Oh,
But I didn't feel bad because I was listening to the Woody show and they mispronounced her name too and called her Bhad Barbie as well.
okay, there you go.
Like, I think there's so many letters in there, you assume there's an R.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yes, Bhad Bhabie is taking issue with people still considering her or calling her the Cash Me Outside girl.
That's who she is.
Yeah. She seems a little upset. Yeah. She just posted a video.
She's anybody probably just recently seen her make headlines because she bought a $6.1 million house in Florida, right?
Yeah.
All cash, apparently.
And it's a bad house with an H.
It's so bad.
That needs to be the headline. Bad Barbie buys bad house. Or Bad Baby buys
Barbie.
That's
Yeah.
She's already formulated the wrong way to say it, so
Yeah.
it's stuck in there.
Not to mention, I do think that she has like a Barbie complex where there's like this sort of like painted perfection that she's trying to achieve.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
You know, with like the tits and the face and the makeup and all this different stuff. You know, I think she has a song called Barbie something.
Oh.
I don't know. I could be wrong, but could be right.
I could be right.
So there's a 50-50 chance.
I like those odds.
I like those odds. They're actually much better than the odds that she's, or her math that she's putting out there.
Yes.
Because one of the things that she did say was, I don't understand why people are still considering me the Catch Me Outside girl from the viral video that only has 50 million views when I have a YouTube video for one of my hit singles that has 200 million views. And I was like, this is not the way those things work. She's not taking into consideration every single platform that went viral, every single person that re-released that fucking, that video itself in their own way, you know, with whether it was like a screen record, with a different sharing, you know. So that thing went fucking viral in a much, much different way.
Yeah.
It's like an actor like complaining that like, oh, you don't know me from our more recent role as opposed to my like classic role that you've seen me before. Like if, you know, we're like Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks is like, oh, you don't know me from my new like movie. Like what is the new?
I'm a murderer.
Finch?
Yeah.
or you only know me from Big.
Yeah.
It's like, well, no, because that's where we know you from. Like, you know, you created a career, you snowballed.
Yeah.
And I mean, this is what we're doing, right? I mean, if someone comes up to me and says, "Hey, Rob from Strange Noise Podcast," or if you knew any of my bands, which God bless you.
Yeah, God bless you.
If you did say Rob from
You're a real friend at that point.
I'd be like, wow, that's so amazing. It's such a compliment, you know? But that's from little people. Yeah. Only as little people still fucking consider that a compliment.
Yep.
I think someone that's got such a big head like that, like, I need to be famous for what I want to be famous for.
Yep.
You were just a fucking big baby.
You just got to change your name to Big Baby.
With the H.
With the H. Big Baby.
Yeah.
Big Baby. But no, that's where my train of thought with it was going, was like, she believes she's at this like certain stature?
Status.
Status?
It's stature too.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, she thinks she has a certain stature.
Yeah.
She believes like she's more successful than she actually is.
Yeah.
Or maybe she, according to her views, like, or in her listens, like, yeah, she's not successful.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, not at all.
But
We're not
the
here to
problem
debate
is, like, to everybody else, you are still the Cash Me Outside girl, because you're not a reference. You're not a person I listen to every day. You're not, obviously not a subscriber to you on anything. So, like, you're forever, until you've broken through to be like, you know, a certain, you know, status to people, you will always be remembered as the first way you were introduced. You know? Which,
I mean, we have to fucking also remember that that's a sort of a micro compliment, you know, that you did something that you were able to kind of surpass, so to speak. You know what I mean? She pivoted. She used that popularity and she pivoted and used that popularity for something else, which is...
made terrible music.
Yeah. Terrible music.
We'll get into that.
That's your choice. But I mean, it's a pivot. And that's what I usually hope that anybody does. I hope they take whatever they've got and just pivot and try to like capitalize on it as much as possible.
You know what? That's one thing I like will credit. Like, she was able to take that viral celebrity, you know, whatever it was, and turn it into something else. You know, turn it into like a, you know, fairly successful music career. Yeah. I mean, she's successful on OnlyFans. Like, she was able to flip it into that. Like, most viral people aren't able to do that.
Right.
So, like, just to be, you know, just to be in that same level where people do know you, like, oh, hey, that's the Cash Me Outside girl. Like, at least you're still in a relevancy. I get it.
Absolutely.
Like, she's still young. Like, you want to be known for whatever new adventures and new endeavors, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you're right. Like, if someone came up to me and like, oh, you know, you're Ray from FR or something, like, I'd rather, you know, like, hey, Ray from Strange Noise or something like that. But, like, just the fact, you know, that you paid me a compliment enough to still know who I am.
You can't expect, like, people just, it's like respect, you know, you got to earn it. It's like notoriety with anything. You got to earn it, you know, and you earned it this way. That's the way we know you.
Yeah.
And that's the way that era, those people that when that video came out are going to know you by.
Yeah.
And then just focus on the other people, like on the new people, new listeners, the new, you know, followers you're getting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Use that at least as a certain in. Yeah. Like, at least they still remember you, you know, they're not fans of your music yet. Then try to win them over. That's going to be hard.
You're not going to win us over. I mean, we got to talk about the music too. It's not great. It's just cookie cutter.
It's not my jam. Like, I get it. Like, I can see certain people that like it because it is in a realm of music that does have a certain listener, a certain audience.
Yeah.
And I can see her being popular with that group of people. Mm-hmm. It's not my cup of tea.
Yeah. You know? Not mine either. I just don't like that basic
trap,
no talent type of freaking delivery, but it's okay, you know. It's not for me, but it's for some people.
I mean, seriously.
You guys, tell us if you like it or not.
Yeah, in the comments below. But I think it's interesting that she is pretty pissed about it, and I think it's one of those things where I feel like, look, it's okay that you pivoted and you made, you know, due off this fame. And while they may have came for the Catch Me Outside girl, they definitely stayed for your Bhad Bhabie. So in your defense, this is a bit of the podcast that actually weighs in your benefit. Good for you. You know, good for you. You made do with that fame and you did what you're doing with it. I don't like the music and I won't be listening. I actually went incognito on my YouTube when I searched the video.
I wanted to be stuck in my algorithm.
So I wouldn't be, I
didn't know you could do that. I've learned that you can do that. So now
I need to do that. It's going to pop up in mine
I'm so sorry that I didn't mention it to you guys before researching
Siri, you're
it.
listening, please do not.
Cheeky bastard.
Yeah, I know. No, but But yeah, those are the links that I went through because I was like, I can't have this ruin my algorithm.
But you're right. Like she was able to turn that viral fame into something. They stayed. You know what's gonna be funny though to see this type of like hip hop career, whatever she's trying to do, isn't I don't think gonna last very long. So to think like 20 years from now, when she's like completly out of like the spotlight, if she's gonna want to be known as the Cash Me Outside girl.
Oh my god, she'll be doing like school visits.
Yeah, Cash Me Outside.
Yeah.
How about that?
How about that?
No.
Oh, we're fucked
Man, so fucked up. I definitely will. Yeah. I'll admit, I'm fucked up.
Her and Dr. Phil are gonna be doing reunion tours.
Wow.
Dr. Phil's gonna be gone by then, bro.
Aww.
This is his last tour.
Farewell tour. Oh damn.
This is gone. Cash Me Outside.
They're like friends now, you know. They fucking made amends.
Oh god.
I can definitely see that happening, you know. So, well, Danielle, you know.
They open up a succulents shop.
Yeah.
Oh,
she's
god.
like, I mean, because there has to be that moment, right, where you like sort of break away from your original mentality, where you're like, fuck that, fuck this, fuck life, and then all of a sudden you're like, man, what the fuck was I thinking?
Exactly. It's like everybody's like, I don't know. Some people hit it earlier, but like usually in your 30s, you're like, fuck.
You're like, damn, like,
Yeah.
that was me. Like,
Yeah.
You know, life is a lot longer than I thought.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Well, that does go to show. I mean, because she is only like 19 or something.
She's 19,
so
dude. Yeah.
we'll say, we'll check out her next releases. See if we like her music.
Yeah.
Maybe
I
I'll
will,
do
yeah.
Incognito.
Yeah. Incognito, yeah, for sure.
But let us know what you think if
if
you're
you're
a
gonna watch
fan
the
of
video, Incognito, sorry.
Let us
Please
know
do.
if you're a fan of her music. If you enjoy it, or not. But yeah, we'll put a pin in it there. From there, we'll get back into the episode. Be talking about Coachella. Their second weekend is going on as we speak. Probably it's already done by the time you're watching the episode.
Yeah.
It's neither here nor there. But yeah, Billie Eilish, right? Billie Eilish.
She closed it out, right? Or
She brought up a special guest.
oh, okay.
Brought up a special guest, the mighty Hayley Williams of Paramore
Yeah.
and her solo stuff. Did they only do? They sung "Misery Business," right?
That was it.
Oh,
yeah.
they only did that one.
An acoustic version of it too.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Chris, I
So
did not.
Stripped down, acoustic.
Ooh, how are you digging it?
It was a good. I mean, it's just acoustic. It was not. Yeah, I love Misery Business, but I love the full electronic rock version. But it was cool. I think it was interesting because Hayley started off the song, and then the second verse, Billie came in, and it's interesting. You have to go back and watch the video, everybody, because initially when she chimes in, she's kind of really low. Like, I don't know if it was just
Billie's low or
Billie's low.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if it sounded like that while they're at Coachella,
Oh,
but the
okay.
video that I was watching it's a live video. So
Okay.
it's sort of like just, somebody's phone recording it. So
okay.
it's kind of shitty, but she sounds really low. And then she kind of just, picks it up as she goes along. And then you finally hear
Rob's a method podcaster. He just gets into it.
all of a sudden you hear her voice shine through. But it's funny enough that she did ignore the lyrics, "Once a whore, you're nothing more." She avoided saying whore, and she just sort of grazed over it. She said, "Once a, you're nothing more." She just sort of muted that little word out completely. I don't know if you guys remember, but we did bring this up on the podcast last season, or maybe the season before. It must have been last season, though. It seems more relevant than
Sometime.
The last season was a long one, so
yeah, it might have been last season
Yeah.
then, where Hayley Williams and Paramore decided to retire the song "Misery Business"
Yes.
because of that part of the lyrics.
Mm.
I guess she was getting a lot of flack and feedback about those, so to speak, derogatory
the terms.
terms.
It's an interesting thing then, like to say that you're retiring that song, but then at the same time play it with somebody else
Yeah.
on a stage like Coachella.
Super weird. That's what people were tripping out about.
Yeah, like if you're gonna say that you're gonna retire it because of, say, you think it has problematic lyrics, then it'd be something you wouldn't want to like. They could have did something else, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
I mean,
Obviously.
Ain't It Fun would have been a good one to see, but
Mhm.
yeah, I don't. I have heard that this one of the reasons why they also retired it was because that song was written about her ex-husband's ex-wife, which I guess Hayley and her ex-husband were getting together as, I guess, Chad from New Found Glory. He was breaking up with his wife, and that those lyrics were written about her.
Okay.
But then I guess Chad and Hayley end up divorcing because I guess Chad was cheating on her.
Ooh.
Which is interesting because now it puts her in the other woman camp. This is alleged. I'm going by rumor. Don't know if any of this is true.
Interesting.
But I'm wondering if that's that also lends to the reason why they stopped doing the singing misery business. Not only was it like
for sure.
problematic lyrics, but at the same time she realizes like maybe she was a little maybe immature in her writing, like kind of calling out this girl for being something, and then like, oh, like I was putting so much stock in this relationship with this dude, ended up screwing me over type thing. I don't know. I'm just kind of reading into it.
He ended up being the whore?
Yeah. Oh, that's what she said. She should change it to like, you Chad, you're a whore, nothing more.
Nothing more.
And
I get a writing credit if you do change it.
Yes.
Yeah, that'd be appropriate, right?
Yep. You got that.
Again, I'll still stand by what I said the very first time we talked about it. I don't really think that those are problematic lyrics.
Yeah, no, because we kind of talked about off Mac.
See, we're all doing it today.
Off mic a little bit with when you're calling somebody that, like, it's meant to be an insult.
It is.
Like you're you're not referring to her, you know, her occupation.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
she's not a prostitute.
Yeah, so like you're trying to be, you know, offensive with your language because it's an insult.
Yeah.
So you're not speaking on all the other sex workers. You know, you're speaking about this one person who you're trying to, you know, make fun of or, you know, insult.
Yeah.
So I don't think there's anything wrong with that. You know, now if you were like going on some like grand scheme of like calling out like all sex workers or something, like, yeah, maybe that could be problematic, but
Yeah, I think so. But it's just like you said, it's an insult more than anything. Like calling someone an asshole. We talked about this. They're really not a literal asshole, you know? So these are just words that we throw out to kind of fucking.
I was thinking like just
ourselves.
and then at that time when she was writing the song, you know, it's just like that's what she was feeling. Maybe nowadays nobody would want to write those lyrics, but
Yeah.
at that time she had this feeling of like, this is how I feel. I'm just gonna put it out there.
yeah.
You know, and that's what, you know, you want any creative person to do, especially if you like them. You know, that's what you're feeling at the time. It's her right to retire that song because, you know, maybe she doesn't feel that way or anything like that.
It's
You
her
don't have
song.
to stop listening.
Yeah.
She can stop singing it. That's
Yeah.
it's her prerogative, but then to come back and do it, it's kind of weird. You know?
It's an interesting point too. Like we don't have to stop listening to it. That'd be if she like was so like convicted by this to pull it like from streaming services or something like that.
Yeah.
That'd have been an interesting move. You know.
Yeah, the label wouldn't let her do that. Yeah, it's like one of their
Yeah.
one of their most popular songs. But
We're making
like,
some good money off this. You can't pull that.
but I can see, you know, I can see how that word, you know, is problematic because it is synonymous with denigrating women.
Yeah.
So
Especially
maybe
if
that's, you know, even if you're calling someone a whore, that's the meaning behind that word is meant to degrade women.
yeah.
And I think they were originally saying, to, you know, kind of compliment your take on it. They were saying originally that it kind of put that woman in a place where she can never, what is it? What is it? What do they do? When you try to like outgrow something, you know?
Okay.
So they were saying like she would never be able to she could defeat it, you know? So don't call her a whore because that's kind of saying that she can't change. And
you're only
we like
pegged
the
into this.
idea that people could change, you know? So if you say once a whore, there's nothing more, I'm sorry, people never change, or whatever the real lyrics are.
Yeah.
I'm fucking up the paraphrasing, but
Paraphrasing Paramore.
I'm paraphrasing Paramore here. And I think that's what it was. It was the structure of the lyrics saying, once a whore, you're nothing more, and that'll never change. That's what people were upset about. It wasn't the idea that it was just the whore.
Yeah, that does sound like,
But you're saying that'll never change. But again, it's an insult, I feel. I feel like
if
I'm being hot at the time, I'm not trying to apologize for my fucking words at that moment. You know, it's just... It sucks that we're just in this place and we're even talking about this right now. And this is so fucking weird. We're in 2022, you guys. Fuck that shit. No,
fuck that shit. No, I'm always behind like, hey, that's what you're feeling creatively at that moment, then do it. You know?
Dude, come on. I mean, it's like reading back at what is it? Shakespeare and being like, oh my God, no, we can't talk about youthful suicide or something. You know what I mean? You can't shame things that people said because they came out a certain way, you know?
Yeah.
Which,
especially because it's art, you know, because music is art and like, it's not like a political speech or something like that, or like, you know, a call to arms or something, or something you're telling, like, you're not using this to tell everybody, hey, this is right. But I guess you're right. Like maybe you're Ezra, like the idea of like, you know, it's her art. She has a right to do whatever she wants, obviously.
Yeah.
We can disagree with it.
But obviously she did play the song.
Which is weird.
I find weird,
this
you know,
weekend.
like
it's kind of a bit of hypocritical, right?
Yeah, a little contradictory, I think.
There you go. I like that better, contradictory. I think hypocritical is like a
unless the conversation went, you know, Billie talked to Hayley and was like, hey, I want to do misery business. And she's like, that's fine, as long as you don't say this lyric.
Sure.
And maybe that's what Billie did. That's why she censored herself or something.
That's the way it sounds. I wonder if they'll talk about it. I wonder if they'll mention that.
Yeah, because it's like she took over the first verse of it and left Billie with that second verse with that word. Yeah, like that's your part of the song.
Right.
I could do this part. I feel comfortable doing this part of it, but not that part.
Yeah.
So you take that.
Interesting. Very good. Yeah.
It really is interesting.
I think we cracked it.
Yeah.
But I want to go watch the video because Billie is kind of pegged as a soft singer, and Hayley's super powerful.
Yeah.
So I want to see how she does the rendition. You know, I'm interested to see.
Be cool. Yeah, especially back to back too.
Oh, okay.
She builds up.
Especially back to back too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Sudden volume drop.
It would have been really nice if, let's say, like Billie came up at a Paramore show and she got to sing it with the full band. Acoustic Misery Business is still, it's decent, but it's no.
It doesn't hit as good as the full band version.
Fucking hit, man. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
IMO, in my opinion.
Give the
you and your fucking
damn acronyms. But check it out. Let us know what you guys think. If you enjoyed the version, if you want to see Billie do it with a full band, let us know.
Wait, maybe you should say that a different way.
What?
If you want to see Billie do it with the whole band.
If you want to see Billie's rendition of Misery Business accompanied by a full band.
There you go. Ding, 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 ding.
But let us know what you guys think. But from there, we'll head to our next break. Sweet. You guys ready to close this out?
Let's do it.
Close it.
Awesome. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed the topics. Hope you got your wheels in your mind turning on some of them. You know. Hope you enjoyed the music that we shared.
Yeah.
Please listen to the episode on Spotify if you want to hear the music that we've been digging for the week. But
Definitely.
I guess without further ado, we're going to close this episode out. Thank you for tuning in. Please tune in next time. We'll have another strange episode.
Yep.
Same strange noise, same strange time.
Yep.
Nice.
Same strange channel.
But thank you everybody for tuning in, and until next time, take care everybody.
Peace.
Later.